Hello, Johnny. This is Dimitris calling from Chicago and Metalkaoz. How are things in Sweden?
Well, very good. Thank you. It's good to see you. Yeah, I'm just we have an amazing weather for finally. Sweden isn't really well known for an amazing summer. So
Yeah.
today we should be pretty fucking happy.
Yeah, I cannot say that Chicago is the best during summer, but hey, what can you do? At
Right,
least
right.
great metal to discuss about, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But before I start with my questions, 35 years of Unleashed, and this is the 15th studio album. How does that feel?
Well, if he's great. It's been a good ride, I would say. I mean, we've been doing it for such a long time now that we kind of you almost take it for granted, but sometimes once in a while you got to just stop and think about what the hell is going on, but it feels really good. It feels really good. We can still be doing this, and well, first and foremost, we can still have a good time, and I think that's really important, and we do. So we always look forward to the next album, and we always look forward to the next show and next festival, and so yeah, things are good.
This may be a silly question, but after all these years, has it become easier to write music?
Probably. I would, since we've been the same guys for a very long time in the band,
Yep.
and we kind of know each other. The Fredrik won't send around music that he to try and risk something. He knows what Thomas Anders and Johnny likes, and I very seldom take a chance and write lyrics that that the guys in the band probably would turn down. It would just be a waste of time. So in that regard, it's pretty easy. I mean, because we've been doing it for such a long time, we know each other very, very well, and it's a smooth ride, I would say. Yeah.
And it's impressive that even to my mind, it's even more impressive than the 35 years of Unleashed is that you guys have been in the same lineup for 30 years now.
Yeah, I think, yeah, probably.
Not many
Yeah.
bands
Yeah,
can
I
say
think
that.
97, I think or 98, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's been a long time and crazy. We used to say, what about the old Fredrik and how about the new Fredrik? And the thing is that the new Fredrik has been around for almost 30 years now, so that's strange. Yeah, he's like the new guy in the band.
Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny as shit, man. Yeah.
Now it's easy question. Do you feel that Unleashed is like the modern day Skulk, like a bar that preserving the sound and telling all these ancient stories?
I guess we hope to be. It's up to others to say if we actually do a good job or not. Obviously, if you worked on something for 2.5 years, that's what you really really like and enjoy. I mean, obviously, I think we did it well, but again, that's what I can sit down and think that for 100 years if I like it. Doesn't matter if people don't like it. But right now, obviously, I've done quite some interviews and I've been in talking to quite some people about this new album, and it seems that everybody's really happy about it. So yeah, it's time to enjoy, just enjoy, because obviously in the beginning when you make a new album and nobody's heard it, then you don't really know. I mean, like I said, I can sit on my chair and grab a cold beer and say, damn, this album is good, man. But that doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter shit if nobody knows it and if nobody really tells me that they enjoy it. So yeah, now it feels better now than a couple of months ago for sure.
And you said you worked 2.5 years on the album?
I think so. I think, well, not really. The process was about 2.5 years. I mean, we worked on the album probably like, let's say 18, 20 months, something like that. The rest is time where you can't release it just because you recorded it. I mean, the record company wants to have their time schedule, and I think they had a 10 months time schedule from when they actually when they could have received it, or at least 8, 9 months, something like that. Because they have a schedule, of course, with releases and promotion and stuff like that. Videos have to come out and etc. So yeah, I would say the whole process is probably 2.5 years until it actually comes out and everybody can listen to it.
And in the end, it may not feel for you has new music.
No, well, I mean, that's always the case.
Yeah.
I would say for any musician, because if you work on something for such a long time, but I mean, I don't think that Lemmy mattered at all to play Ace of Spades, in the end of his career anyway,
Oh,
because he knows it's a good song and people like it. So, and if that's the case with some of our songs, then I'm just perfectly happy with it. If people
absolutely.
like it, if they like it for 20 years, I will have to like it for 20 years too. So, we'll see.
Although you mentioned Lemmy, he was one of a kind. So
Yeah.
it's really special.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So did you do anything differently as far as writing music or working the album as compared to now, No Sign of Life?
I would say if we compare albums like the previous, I don't know, maybe 5, 6, 7 albums, I would say the process has been pretty much the same.
Okay.
I think again, because we've been around for such a long time and we haven't really swapped any band members for a very long time. There's been very few changes in the way we make music and lyrics, and also there's been very few changes in the way we record stuff. Fredrik has his own studio. It's pretty simple. I mean, we know what's going to happen. We know how much time it will take, and the rest is just very small details. I mean, you can change a guitar sound or something, or just a little bit, but I mean, I think it's been very, very, very much the same for the past albums, for sure. The past 5, 6 albums.
Okay. At the end of Hold Your Hammers High, there is a guitar solo. It sounds like it was about to go longer.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, maybe.
did you cut it short?
No, I think maybe Fredrik should answer that. The thing is, that's one of the songs that ended in a different way when we had the pre-production. And then Fredrik and Anders was in the studio, and they were doing drums, and like they put the real drums on there, and because the pre-production is just sloppy drums, it's just for like a rehearsal from back in the day, and so it didn't exactly end like exactly how I thought it would. So I don't know, maybe he wanted it to like fade out or something, or a little bit, and not. I'm not sure. He should answer that. But I liked it though. It sounded good. So
I was thinking someone said, "Okay, that's enough. You need to stop."
Yeah, maybe. No, not really. No. I think they just came up with that way. So yeah. No, I actually want him to do longer solos, and I told him so as well. I like his guitar solos. So, and I'd like multiple guitar solos as well. I don't mind like 2 in the same songs, but in different places, of course. But we'll see. We'll see.
Absolutely. So you write all the lyrics, correct?
Yeah.
And once again, you work with Per Olofsson for the cover artwork.
Yeah.
At this point, after I think he did 4 covers plus 1 single for you guys, how much direction do you give him? How much information to create the artwork?
Pretty much all of it. Not really for how he should create it, but I give him like a script. For example, on this album, it's not really a song, but the album artwork now is like in between 2 lyrics. So it's an event that happens in between 2 lyrics, and that's why it's because of the storyline. The storyline has obviously been going on for 6 albums now, and sometimes things happen in between the songs, but I can't do 400 songs. It would be ridiculous. So stuff happens in between the songs as well, and the cover artwork is actually one of those things. So and we thought, well, it would fit. Actually, we kind of liked it to be that way. So normally you would probably make an artwork that's actually one of the songs.
Yes.
But that's not so easy every time. It's not extremely easy. I know on the Hunt for White Christ we did it. We did pretty much exactly from one of the songs, but yeah, I thought it was cool. It doesn't have to be one of the songs. It could be just in between 2. So strange, but yeah.
What songs are you talking about that this cover artwork sits in between? Because I see Thor's Hammer, right? And then you have on the ground, you have, let's say, modern looking soldiers. So I'd like to understand how did you combine those 2 elements?
Oh yeah. Well, the thing is that the story of the world of Odalheim is a future story. So the entire story is about the future. So but then we know that the Viking tradition is about the past, present, and the future. So the entire thing is the Midgard warriors fight against White Christ. So that's what we've been doing the past 6 albums now. And so some people have asked me, well, where are the swords and the axes and the shields? Well, in the future, that's not the battle. There's no way in hell that, after, if there's a post-apocalyptic world in some fashion, doesn't have to be mine. I mean, from the book, it could be anything. It probably won't be like a future where people pick up swords and spears. I don't think that's the case. And you don't have to be a Mad Max fan to think like that, because there will be modern type weapons too. And so that's the same in the story of the world of Odalheim, because it's actually about the future. So and the 4 soldiers that you see on the album cover are actually enemy soldiers. And so the battle has been in between 2 songs, as the Mega warriors are on their way home, really, because they're going to Haifa, which is a harbor town, also in the future. Now they were waiting for the warships to take them away, to take them home, and that's what one of the battles happened. So this is not exactly in Haifa, but on the coast. And so that's the album cover artwork is really after a battle that happened, where you can see then the 4 enemy soldiers. And yes, they will have modern type weapons and modern type clothing, as opposed to like Viking type clothing 1,000 years ago, because that wouldn't fit to the future story. It would be really, really strange.
So,
but again, everything we do is about the past, present, and future of Viking tradition. So you will have elements of all of it, also in the videos that we're creating now as a promotion for this album. So it's a bit strange, but we kind of like it though. And it has to be that way, because if you do something about the future, I mean, what is that going to be like? You can't have it look like the year 900. It would be really, really strange. So
yeah, although some things get repeated in human history, right? We do the same rap all over again.
Yeah,
the conditions that change. So the sea, I'm looking at the cover artwork, is the Mediterranean Sea, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a song on the album called Midjardarhaf, which is Icelandic for the Mediterranean Sea.
Yeah, thank you for doing that, because I would have butchered that name. So thank you.
Okay. All right.
And I like that you have Haifa, you have Bethel, you have Miklagard. Well, that's Constantinople, right?
Right.
And then you merge with Judenheim, Niflheim. So how do you work on these stories, as you said, because you have been doing this for all these albums? Do you keep track of the story? Do you have a book? Do you have notes? How do you do that?
Yeah. Everything comes from a book that me and a friend wrote. I don't remember now, like 15, 20 years ago. It's a long time anyway.
Really?
But the problem was that we never finished the book, and we never had the time to sit down and actually work it all through, because the project became vast. I mean, it became like it would probably take years for us to finish it. So that never happened. But we did a damn good try, I would have to say. But we just kept it there for a while. And then I said, well, look, life comes in the way. We're not going to finish the damn thing. And even though the ideas are good, it's just too much time, because, we all have family and we have work and I have a band, and I'm also a goalkeeper coach and whatnot, so it's just not going to happen. And he said, well, do whatever you like with it. And so I just thought, let's try and see if we can do the chapters into songs, really. So the book is called The World of Odalheim. And from there, I literally took most of the ideas and just kept doing the storyline. So now we're at the 6th album with the same storyline, and again, it's the Midgard warriors fight against their main enemy, White Christ, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, but now you make me feel bad, because it's a missed opportunity, right? You could release the book and then have the music go with it. It sounds like a very cool project, but yeah, I understand it will take
Yeah, I know, I
Reasonable
know.
time.
A lot of people have been telling me that we should have finished it, and but the problem is,
Mhm.
I guess if I had like 2 years and didn't really do anything else, then we could come together and do it and finish it. But that never happens. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't even. I don't even want to pause Unleashed for 2 years. How in the hell? How can I do that? That would be crazy. There's always stuff happening, and it's the same. Also, I have a family. I have a son that's 15, and I'm his goalkeeper coach, and shit. All the time in the world that I need for all of that, I have to do it. Otherwise, I will have to say no. Not happening. I'm writing a book now. So yeah. There is some regret. I tell you, I wish we actually had taken the time way back then to actually finish it. But then again, maybe I wouldn't have done this for Unleashed.
Correct.
So
Correct. And you said it twice, and I have to ask, goalkeeper coach?
yeah, 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 yeah. Well, that would be soccer. Yeah, for you. Yeah.
I'm European, so we speak the same language as far as
Okay,
football.
football then. Okay,
Football.
good.
So, how come are you goalkeeper coach? Have you been playing as goalkeeper back 5 years?
Well, when I was very young, but that's something you wouldn't want to see because you would cry. No, it's just his choice. I mean, he was a hockey player and a football player for some time. Well, soccer player then, but when he was what was he 11, he said no more hockey, and I want to be a goalkeeper. So okay, that's it. And we actually turned down one of the biggest academies in Stockholm because we live a bit far away from Stockholm, so we didn't want to move there. So what happened is that I had to become a goalkeeper coach, and that's not happening in like 5 hours. So it took me some time to be a decent one, I would say. And today I think we're doing a good job. We also have a coach in Portugal doing a lot of work for us where we speak like every Thursday on Zoom and yeah, and he's actually in an academy as well. Plus, he plays in a local band up here in Sweden. So yeah, he works on that 5 days a week, and so do I, obviously. And that's these 5 days a week are not something that I can just. I don't want to throw that away.
Oh man,
And
that's it's amazing. Is he good to play in the higher leagues?
well,
What's
he plays in Division 1 in Sweden, but he's turning 15, so he's on the verge of looking perhaps in a year or two at senior football, but for now he's still actually 14, so he turns 15 soon. So he still played, but he plays in a Division 1, and it's pretty tough league. It's a tough league, but we'll see where it goes. But he wants to be the best, and I try to help him. You never know where that ends, but I mean he's really putting in his some effort to it for sure.
okay? Last question.
Otherwise I wouldn't.
Last question about this, but I have to ask: if you and your son were to choose a team to play, what would that be?
Well, he would say Hammarby.
Hammerby?
Yeah, they're the on the senior level in the highest league. They are number 2 right now. It's
Okay.
actually they have the biggest crowd in all of Sweden. So
I was expecting you to tell me something outside Sweden. So what about you?
oh
What you would?
no, he I think well, for me, I told him I don't really care because the thing is that if you want to be a football player, you need to practice hard and stop thinking
Yeah,
about what happens when you're 22.
of course.
You need to have a good time. And you need to have good quality training, and most of all, you have to love it. Otherwise, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I think I'll settle for that and help him become better at all the details that he needs to get better at. And but he would say Hammarby, which is a Swedish team, one of the biggest fan clubs in
Mhm.
in Scandinavia. But of course, he might also say something outside of Sweden. He would never turn down something from like Sporting or something.
Oh,
Obviously not.
Portugal. Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see. You
Okay.
have to become a senior player before you even think about that. I would say
Oh
so.
man, yeah, yeah, and it's really tough right now. They're getting younger, even younger and younger
Yeah, yeah,
players.
for
So
sure.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. The pressure is crazy. So yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
It needs
Oh
to
yeah, that's really strange. I mean that, but I don't see the rush really. It's if you're a
no.
goalkeeper, take the time, learn and just practice and have a good time. Get better all the time.
Love
Yeah.
that diversion with it. Anyhow, Hell the Varangians. So this is you're talking about how some of the Vikings allied with Byzantium, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I have a question for you. Do you know or have you read whether they eventually converted to Christianism?
Who? Oh,
The
you mean
Varangians.
the Vengeance? Yeah, there are many talks about that, obviously, but I don't exactly know, obviously, because I wasn't there.
Of course.
But of course, the Varangians were a strange bunch if you look at it, because there were people from all around. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like a foreign legion, really. But many of them were Vikings, though,
yeah.
uh, and whatever they believed in at the time, I am not exactly sure. But some of them obviously were also from other cultures and not just the Viking type cultures. But from what I understand, it is said that the ones that are where the Vikings were the toughest ones, I guess. But I wasn't there. You never know. But it's a good name, and I think it's got a nice history to it.
Hmm.
So and it fit pretty good to our story and the storyline, and it was already there before I started writing it. So and it was in the book way back then, so I just picked it as it should be in the story. So yeah.
And I love that you end the album with Unknown Flag. It sounds like there is an unknown enemy coming. So you are kind of giving, a clue, a hint for the
Yeah.
next one, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, they're on their way home, they're on their way in the Mediterranean Sea, and they really, after a very long campaign, they just want to go home because many are dead and wounded, and you want to go home. But this is the exact event that happens when they leave the shores of Miklagard. So
Hmm.
yeah.
So you know what happens next, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep.
Love it,
Uh,
man. Love it. So the band has announced a handful of festival appearances, and you have one more show in Chicago. So are you working on a full tour schedule, especially as after the album comes out?
well, what we're doing now is that we try to play as many shows as we can, but we're not doing a full tour anymore because we it's been a while since we actually made full tours, and the reason for that is really, again, life comes in the way.
Hmm.
There's just not time enough for it. So and there's also the aspect of, you want to be hungry when you go out. If you play 37 shows in 40 days, when you're 56 years old, maybe you're not going to be so hungry on the last 21s. I just feel that what we've been doing now for many years has been something that's working very, very well. We are all really looking forward to the next show and the next festival, and it works very well, and I think you don't want to fuck with that. So we decided in the band that let's just keep on doing this like it is. Yeah.
So does that mean that when you come in Chicago, you will not be adding a couple of shows around that date?
Oh, that I don't know. That might
Okay.
happen. That I'm not exactly sure. I mean, because that's something that we've done in the past, and it could happen. It's just not gonna be. We're not gonna add 30 shows to it.
Mm.
So if we do one or two off or something like that, that may very well happen. Yeah.
Have you chosen the songs to play live from the new album?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to tell you that, but well, it's actually going to be out very soon though, because we're practicing the set list now.
Hmm.
The new set list, we're changing quite some songs from the previous one, and so we're going to meet at Thomas Place in, what is it now, like 10 days from now? No, actually, no, 2 weeks from now. We're going to
Okay.
meet at Thomas Place, and we're going to practice some of the new stuff that we haven't played together live, and some of the songs we haven't played together live like for 15 years or something. So we're gonna meet up and we're gonna practice that, and then we're gonna play some shows in August. Well, I think like every weekend in August or something like that. So I guess the set list is going to be online anyway, regardless of what I say. But but you know,
Of course.
I'll hold it to them.
Okay, that's fair enough. And I have to ask, you released an EP through with Legacy Magazine, and there you have a song, Cyclohexanol.
Yeah, yeah,
What the hell
yeah.
is going on with that?
Hell, man, if I knew, I'd tell you. No, but really, it's you know, it's strange. They asked us to do you have something in like on tape that's been recorded for some time ago that you haven't used?
Okay.
And well, no, because you know, we're a band, the professional band. We've been doing this for what is it, 37 years. I can't keep like a bunch of songs that we haven't put out on album because it will belong to somebody and it will belong to another record company, and they would ask us, "Hey, why didn't you release this?" So it doesn't really work like that. So I told them, "Well, look, but we have this like not really completed song that we just did for fun because it's like a hardcore punk type song, you know, and it's not death metal at all, and it's something we just played a few times in the practice place and we thought was really fun, and we every time we played it we like laughed, like ridiculously laughed, and so and but we that's the type of music I grew up with, really, like hardcore and like punk rock when it like crazy, you know, really the rough stuff, and well, back in the day. So we said, well, if they want a song, let's do that one. And so I have to change, and I have to do some changes to the lyrics and whatever. But when you listen to it, it's not meant to be like a death metal song at all. So
Of course.
something really funny that we used to do, and it's just a fun thing, and we yeah, and we changed it a little bit, but then it's like everything is there, even the laughter at the end of the song is still there. You know, we didn't really work on it that much,
But
but it's fun
why
as
that
shit, man.
title? What are the lyrics about? I haven't heard the song, to be honest, to be fair. But why that title? What are the lyrics about?
I don't know. No, really. Yeah, but it's I don't know if I can. I really don't know if I can, you know, like I almost need like an hour to contemplate on that. It's like the shortest lyric I've ever done in my whole life, but it's more of a, let's say, it's kind of ridiculous in a way because it's like what we listened to in the early days when there really was no death metal,
Mm.
you know, and you just made something that, yeah, don't fuck with us, or you get this shit, something like that. That's pretty much what the song is all about. You
Oh
know,
yeah, this
and
is
the thing is, the cyclohexanol, that's actually a what is it called in English? It's a substance, I guess.
it's an yeah. Try to search information about that. It's a chemical substance.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
you know, that's it's a medical chemical substance that Thomas uses at his work, because he has a print company. He prints shirts and stuff. He has a company that he works with that like a lot. And one of these days, he was just looking at one of the cans that he used, and like, what the fuck?
What is that?
Cyclohexanol. I'm actually using this. What the fuck is? Am I dying, or like, am I getting poisoned? And
Mm.
and when he told that story, I laughed like crazy. Now, actually, we all laughed and said, "Well, look, that's good enough for a song, man." And now we're talking like 15 years ago or something, 20 years ago maybe.
Although
So the
it's not
damn
funny.
name in that song has lived in our minds for a long time. We just had to finish it.
It's not funny that he can get anything from that chemical. But I'm joking, man.
Yeah, well, he probably shouldn't. Whatever was on that can was not something that you should put in your face. That's for damn sure. But
Let's
but
do this. Do not drink cyclohexanol. Just listen to the
exactly, yeah.
music.
Well, that's good. That's good advice, actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also, I love your T-shirt and the hard rock band clips, right? And I like that you mentioned the early days with the punk and how hardcore and how all of these just making how you mention these things and how all of these elements kind of were brought, damn it, to Unleashed.
Yeah, yeah. It's something that would. I mean, I still listen to that type of music. So
Of course.
occasionally, I mean, it's all, You know, if you have the chance to sometimes you bring stuff like that to a party, it brings back memories and shit. Even though some of the bands are not, you know, they're not alive yet.
Hmm.
Still, of course, because they're too old, and some of them maybe were just active for like 5 years, perhaps. But it's still good memories, man. It's still good music. I love it. So yeah, and we all kind of like it. So we thought, well, fuck, why not? Let's
Of
do
course,
it.
man.
Let's do one of these songs ourselves. I mean, it's not hard. So but yeah, we didn't put like crazy amount of hours work into that though.
Yeah.
And that's the fun part of it.
And we are not getting old. It's the
Exactly.
other people are getting younger.
Yep, exactly. That's how it
Okay.
is. Exactly. Yeah.
Johnny, thank you very much for your time. Love the
Thank you,
new album.
Demetrius.
Have safe travels and great shows. And we may see each other in the Chicago show.
All right, man. Thanks a lot, man. And not really nice having a chat with you, man.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Cool.
Bye bye.
Take care, man. Take care.